Welcome to Trade with Rob, brought to you by wealthbuildershq.com. This update is for Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope it was a great trading day for you. Let's go ahead and dive right in, keeping in mind that everything we look at is for education. Nothing's meant to be advice or recommendations. You find something you like, anything, make sure it fits your own personal risk profile or risk tolerance or forever taking on that trade, that setup, or using an indicator. All right, so let's dive right in. I want to start off by looking at the positions from yesterday, right, and seeing how we did. So as I promised the other day, I was going to add to this chart. Still not complete yet. There's a few more things I want to do to it, a little more automation, but overall it's working extremely well. So we had three trades for the second yesterday of 24. ALGN, Cigna, and NXPI, they were trades for today's setup. ALGN, we got into 238.75 bearish. We got out at 239.95, so we lost 79.20 on that position today. All right, let's do one line at a time. On Cigna, we got in at bullish trade 326.75. We got out at 325.72. I think it was actually 70. 67.95 was our cost in that trade. You could see wins will have a 1 in them, the column. Cost or loss, some of you like to use, right? I've got to change it here to cost. Break evens, we've had none, and we've had two trades that did not go off. Last trade was NXPI, home run on that one, baby. Up $616 on NXPI. Now we've got $1,721.85 in total P&L, and a few more stats at the bottom. You can see the number of winners, 5, the number of, and which is the same numbers I have here, right? Number of losers or costs are 5. So 41.67% each of our trades were there. 2 trades were break even. None, were not taken. None were break even. 16.67% on the break evens. The not takens. We've done 10 trades in total. $172.19 per trade on average is the P&L. Now that's assuming you just take all 10 trades, divide it by the 1721.85, and it's kind of easy. It's a straightforward number. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the setups for today. We're going to start off with the S&P 500. What happened? Oh, another great moving day today. Powell had some decent talk today. The NASDAQ closes at all-time highs, record highs today. The S&P 500 did not. We've got to get up to that 55.2364. We're close, man. We're up 34 points today. It's a great move. Look at the last 10, 12 days. We've had a couple of big days in there, but on average, we had much smaller candles. This one closed right near the very top. Tiny pop out towards the end of the day. Tiny, tiny wick over there, but nothing to be concerned with there. So actually, where did we close today? 55.09, 55.05. So we got above, closing price above the previous high. Next attack is the 55.2364. And then 55.34 is above that. And then we've got one more at 55.99. Just north of that. To the downside, watch the 54.73 level and the 54.70, which is this fib line right in here. All right. So with that, we've got 3 candidates for today. Let's go and take a look in no other order than alphabetical. We'll go take a look at how they look. Right. What are we thinking? So let me get it as big as we can on the screen. You can see the overall move on the fib. Very nice. Right. We've been in ugly land for a while here on AMD. I like AMD a lot. It was a great move today. It's a ping pong move. It moved between 2 fib lines, ping pong between those 2 levels, right? Barely broke below, barely broke above, but overall strong. We opened near the very bottom. We closed near the very top. I love the overall move. I'm not a fan of this one to the downside. This is singular direction, bullish only in my opinion. So break above, let's go get our blue marker. Break above that 164.5 level, come back, retest, and bounce. Remember, it doesn't have to hit it. We're looking for a bullish entry then after the bounce. We've got 172 as resistance, so 171, 170.5, somewhere around there is going to be the target. Stop is going to be, your stop is going to be set down below 164.48 somewhere. You've got to make that determination of where your risk profile is. All right, trade number 1, Biogen. Number 2. Let's see. Overall, nice move on fibs. I like it a lot. This one's a little better for bidirectional here. We're sitting right near that 228 support level. So we've got 2 choices here for mañana. Either we go ahead and make a small move up, retest and bounce, we look for a bullish entry here above that 228.10, so maybe 229, 29.5. You make that call. And then if 235 3/4 is resistance, so 234, 234.5, somewhere around there is going to be a target, right? For the downside trade, if we break, retest, and fail, we're looking at a bearish entry headed down towards that 221.89. It's just about 222 level. So we're looking at 223.5-ish is going to be your target. And again, your stops are going to be just on the opposite side of that line. If it's a bearish trade, it's going to be up here. If it's a bullish trade, it's going to be somewhere down there. All right, so there's trade number 2. And number 3 is Cigna. Have we done them before? We did. Yesterday we had them on there. We had to go against us yesterday. For today's trade. We did them yesterday for today. So great move on it the day before though. So right now, what are we looking for? Bidirectional. So let's start with the bearish one. I like that one a little bit better. Oh, actually, let me move my mouse out of the way. Let's go back and grab the drawing tools. I like the bearish one a little bit better. Fail, retest, and drop. We're going to take in the trade after the retest. If 319.25 is support, then we're looking at about 320.5, 320 3/4, somewhere around there is going to be our target. And of course, your stop will be just on the other side of the 325.86. For the opposite direction, if we get the move up, we're going to look for the pullback and the bounce, right? We'll take the entry off of the bounce, and we're going to use the 8 moving average, which is 332. You could draw a hard line there right now, 332, 332. That is our resistance right now. So that's a 2, not a ugly 1. It's an ugly 2 instead. 332, so right about 330, 330.5, 331. Somewhere around there is going to be our overall target there. And once again, your stop will be just down below support of the 325.86. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, go over to tradinglikeaboss.com. You'll find a link down below and also one to trade with Rob. But go ahead and get registered, subscribe to this free list that comes out at least 3 times a week. We put it out of the various candidates. You saw what the results are. Of course, all results are for educational purposes, right? This is assuming you took this exactly the same way that I would take the setup at the exact same time, right? But overall, the candidates are nice. All right, have a great day. I will see you at our next update. Bye for now.